Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast from me, host Imperial Dane, master propaganda heroes like defender of the fatherland, off here till 1 vs 1 on Crossroads. Imagine the setting. It's 1944. Somewhere on the border between Hungary and Romania, the Russian 7th Mechanized Corps advancing under the command of insane Spanky here with advanced warfare armored assault tactics and guard mode with triple infantry versus in the south. We got Væringjar fighting in for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, the Feldherrnhalle Panzergrenadier with mechanized storm doctrine, and joint operations. Joint operations, or storm scenes, some users, but joint operations definitely someone to see more associated with team games, something that I don't see a lot. So these are some very interesting doctoral choices by Væringjar. I mean, they generally don't see much play there. We've got Panzergrenadier, Panzerfaust, Infantry, insane Spanky going for the recently very popular armored assault tactics. Again, you get the intelligence advantage through radio intercept, which basically gives you an edge on your opponent there. Plus, you got tanks of all sorts for the late game. They're sort of usually bigger kind. We got a sniper star as well here from Spanky. Could it be he watched the episode there, replay with the DevM, and decided, I want to do this too? Or is it just, sort of coincidence? Either way, he's pretty much sort of at least starting out more or less like DevM did. So this is going to be interesting to see how Væringjar handles this, because Væringjar is clearly not playing, I think, according to the usual Wehrmacht rules to an extent when he goes through all these doctrines. We got the info to pushing up the west side, while the Pioneers are being sort of sent on the east side there on their own, wiring off stuff here, preparing the battlefield hit for an engagement there for Spanky. He's probably not anticipating a sniper there from Spanky. I mean, most Soviet players again will not go for this kind of aggressive sniper start, but again, if DevM popularizes it, it's certainly going to be much more, happening, in which case you could consider actually theoretically rushing ahead for 2-2s to maybe rush them down, of course, tactically dealing with it, or even going for a counter sniper, though again, it requires some nerves, as we saw from that match between Hans and DevM. Grenadiers bringing up, he cut straight for the calf on that. Then again, in this regard, it doesn't matter too much since it's not the primary focal point here for Væringjar. That'd be the northern field point there in the cemetery. When he's been fought, there goes Sniper, gets a kill there, and of course this tells Væringjar right away that Spanky's gone for a sniper start. He's not got too much territory. There'll probably be penalties, maybe in scout cars. Of course, it also means he's going to be a bit more careful around here. So we'll have to see how he counters it. So far, though, Væringjar just goes for more infantry. He's not particularly concerned. He might just try and push the rest of the map. Again, basically trying to play around the sniper, whereas helping Hans, for example, again in that previous match, decided he would rather try and counter it. Væringjar's decision is to play around. Interesting decision there. Interesting decision. We got more people on the way there for Spanky. More Strafnicki with the SVT-40 magic multi-rifles. There go two Grenadier squads. He's going to push through here again. Places his flank up with the Grenadiers from the rear. In this case, without the MD4 to support the Grenadiers, the single penalty squad easily halts it. So that didn't quite work out there for Væringjar. He should have had the machine gun supporting, but it seems like he's more intent on defending the field point. And of course, the carve point is easily accessible, so a bit counterproductive maybe there from Væringjar. Perhaps just a bit. Still, lots of points have been secured, grabbed from both sides. And there go Pims hold it by the MD42, but not soon enough. The field point will be cut off. Still, with this, Væringjar might just ahead field-wise of Spanky, though he's not yet using, I think, to take up and fast. In which case, again, a rapid 2-2 could very well be one option if we're dealing with Spanky's sniper. North, the MD42 being flanked by the second Pims squad there. Very good move there by Spanky. Punishing Væringjar for base load extending it in general. You want to be careful about leaving the machine guns out like that, since these things can very easily happen. Usually an MG42 is the best when supporting other troops, usually being a bit more flexible than that. Particular German infantry doctrine emphasized the heavy machine gun, this tripod mount is actually being used to support the infantry on the attack, to basically suppress the defenders as they sort of moved ahead. Fun fact. Either way, points being secured here. We got the sniper there laying in, well, not much cover. They're just going for the Grenadiers here. Spanky, of course, knows he can play aggressively because he knows his opponent hasn't gone for a counter. And of course, that plays a large role here. I mean, in this regard, again, armored assault with radio intercept certainly gives you a bit of an edge there, because ultimately you will know if your opponent goes for a counter, in which case you can sort of switch your tactics with a sniper. So it's an interesting combination there, which they've probably stumbled upon, or at least made popular, possibly. And which so far again Spanky's also taking advantage of. So that's an interesting interplay there between radio intercept and sniper I personally would have thought about. But it's pretty brilliant in the sense when you think about it. But we have takeover there for Væringjar. He's probably going to go for the 2-2 then to counter. Of course, Spanky will know once he gets it out there. And they'll probably then go for some counters again. He's going to have to rely on the penal troopers or something else, because Well, he can't get guards rifle, and that's in a sense the disadvantage of going for armoured assault to, again, prepare yourself for counter snipers or whatever he's planning. Then, of course, get the intelligence advantage. It means you do not have any access to sort of anti-tank infantry doctrinally. So there are, in that regard, perhaps a few gaps here which Væringjar could exploit with a Spanky. Gunners moving ahead of the light machine on the south. We got gunners moving up, engaging the Strafniki who are exposed. Petrov, get your head down and behind cover, but there's no cover. There's no cover. You're behind it, and that's it, you idiot. Well, just shut up. And there you go. Væringjar pushing ahead here for the 2-2 for the Feldherrnhalle Panzergrenadier Division. A division formed up from, well, what was left of the SA, or the Sturmabteilung, which again was disbanded, but somehow they decided still they'd try and raise an elite unit based on those, so they scrounged them together, probably with a few other troops, and created the Feldherrnhalle Panzergrenadier Division, which would later be expanded into a full Panzer Corps. This had 2 Panzergrenadier divisions in it. Another fun fact, there was also a separate Panzer Brigade which fought only on the Western Front. It was also one of the few Panzer Brigades never to be dissolved. So little fun facts there. MD4 jumping on the Piums was there, though not the best spot to be fighting them from when they're heavy cover, and it's not. He's trying to flank up here for neutralizing the house. And the West Pioneers versus Flamethrower Engineers. Spanky certainly when he can here versus Væringjar. Victory points wise, he's got a small lead. And there you go. 2-2 rolling head for Væringjar for Deutschland. Like to punch his B-Wagen strikes fear into the hearts of the Bolsheviks. We'll have to see, of course, Spanky reacts with a sniper and how he will try and counter this motorized menace from the heart of the fatherland. In the south here, on these current points, they might want to use the sandbags laid down there instead of standing on the wrong side of them. But there you go, pops behind. Still, it's Spanky's turn now to pull ahead in terms of fuel here over Væringjar. Back here, we got nothing further going on there for Væringjar. He could consider some Panzergrenadier. Another 2-2 is not quite in the cards, though. So we'll see what he ends up with. He could theoretically consider a half track. Meanwhile, Spanky is going for the side raid again, the side tech here, the support company. Light's going to be a field gun as well there. He is not going for the anti-tank rifles on his penal troopers. He's going to rely on the field gun to put an end here to the German motor cars. Can't go for Panzergrenadiers now. He will also go doctrinally, say, joint operations and an officer. Or he could be crazy and go for mechanized and a grenadier group. We shall see what it ends up with. I mean, versus a sniper though, storm doctrine, a lot of ambush training could be useful. We might be able to sort of bait the sniper into a position where he doesn't anticipate the unit hidden, and you just sort of try and get a wipe there. Particularly an ambush camouflage machine gun has a decent chance with that. 2-2 sneaking into the base here. Note, the reason he's probably not pulling through here is because he's worried Spanky might mind this. I mean, some players like to do that. And, oh, no, looks like he decides he doesn't care about it after all. He's going to risk it. Sniper pops into one of the nearby machine gun emplacements to just ensure he doesn't get easily murdered. Panzer going to be around here for Væringjar and Feldherrnhalle. Pushing for the cuff point, very aggressive tactics, and we do get Storm Doctrine. Hello, hello. Definitely not one of the most popular doctrines, but I do think it is an effective doctrine if you know how to use it. In particular, again, using ambush training in the smoke can be quite effective. Artillery never hurts. Of course, the Stuka bombing strike is also neat. And if you ever go for a half-track, the Regal Mines can be quite useful for slowing down your opponents. We'll have to see what this overall means in the long term for Væringjar, but it's an interesting doctrinal choice for sure. And again, a rare doctrinal choice. We got what's some anti-tank rifles up. He looks like Spanky basically caved in here to the pressure of the 2-2 and figured, alright, I can't do this. I'm going to need some anti-tank rifles to stop these fascist bastards. Panzer going to be swarming forward against the Strafniki, getting them up close and cutting them to ribbons. No fear, you using assault rifles. Yeah, well, you're not supposed to be fighting on equal footing, you know, you communist assholes. So now moving up there with 13 kills, Veterans who won, very good. 2-2 this living fixed up. Pumes moving up the eastern side. And we got ambush camouflage up. There's again, the sniper can't easily now get to the Panzer Grenadiers. And he tries to sort of rat them out, he's going to get shot to a bit. So, very nice use there. Again, ambush camouflage. To an extent can help you negate the presence of the sniper, since the sniper can't see them. And if he can't see them, he can't shoot them. Grenadiers moving up on the west side. Could consider taking up, but even then he wouldn't be able to do anything with it right away, so he might of course be better off just spending the manpower on something else. And there you go, got a mortar on the way. Spanky going from maximum machine gun. And this was the penal troops. They need to pull into some cover, otherwise they will have the advantage long term thanks to light machine gun versus anti-tank rifles. And right here, trying to push into heavy cover, they might just get a few free hits, plus the opportunity to actually move up here through the bushes, retaining the light cover bonus and flanking the penal troops, denying them the cover bonus. But he's seemingly entrenched just firing from here. Oh, satchel charge off, and Spanky, he's he wasn't paying attention. Full wipe on the Grenadiers with a satchel charge. That has got to hurt. Trying to catch Snub up north here. He has already sprinted though. Panzer going to be there now, sneaking ahead there, taking advantage of the focus on the Grenadiers pursuing the sniper. 2-2 fixed up. Machine gun hanging back there. And Sniper, there you go, gets a kill on the Grenadiers. Grenadiers probably needs to fall back. But he's going to try it nonetheless, I think, getting up some damage there. Or not. And then go to the south with some Pioneers, but ultimately push back. The anti-tank rifles proved to be too much of an obstacle there for poor Væringjar's troops. Going for a replacement Grenadier squad, and a mortar goes off there. MD-42 furiously laying down heavy fire against the Strafnik, but got another squad moving in from the north, and he immediately falls back here. Not intending getting satcheled again, I think similar. Panzer Grenadiers in the next target here. He's trying to get them to ambush. There we go, hiding out from the sniper. Cheeky Væringjar. Very cheeky. I like it. You know, comrades, I know you're totally in those bushes. Nein, wir aren't. Shit, they're good. That must be all this German training. There we go. Grenadiers now, Panzer's now rushing the sniper. Oh! Forcing retreat, they need to retreat soon. Needs to retreat soon now. There's still interesting little game there in the south. Pimps being pushed back. Still threatening here. Væringjar southern cuff point. Grenadiers are healing reinforcing up north. Panzers are continuing their run. We got points being secured. Spanky marches ahead for the motherland. The snipers being healed up. Very close to Veteran D2. Fuel wise here, Spanky's got plenty. You could probably get away with rushing a T-34 maybe. But at this stage it probably wouldn't be much of a rush. As for Væringjar, certainly would be a bad idea to continue attacking up, pushing for some more armor, at least going for another light vehicle. Got the 2-2 heading out there. Down some good hits there against the penal troopers in the southeast. Grenadiers there under fire from the maximum. The sniper supporting as well. There you go. Poor Ludwig. His skull caved in. Væringjar though continues not to attack. Situation on the south by the field point there is not looking good for Væringjar either. Spanky remains in control. There you go, expecting the angle of the 2-2. He's already got his field gun set up to counter that. Very good work there. He did not hesitate to prepare. And now Væringjar is actually going for a counter sniper. He's trying to catch it. Now, of course, the question is, does he know that Spanky's got the armored assault ready? In which case, again, he's going to need to know about the sniper, so he's going to be ready for it. I do think at this stage he's better off just trying to pull for a tank himself and just get ahead of Spanky there, in which case he might have a good chance of then catching the sniper and murdering him. But seems like a counter sniper is very much a Væringjar wants it. Start to charge off again. Spanky's not afraid of using, and there he goes, sprinting past the penal troopers. And there you go, Væringjar snipers that, and of course Spanky knows. He knows everything. Sniper, they almost got wiped, but that's pretty good. And there you go, max engaged with the 2-2, forcing retreat still. Spanky's getting a lot of fuel. A lot of fuel. Thankfully, he still sent command points off from the Australians. We could actually get it out by now because he's got enough fuel. But again, I think it highlights that Spanky otherwise needs to just bloody well take it and begin pushing for some armor against Væringjar. And of course, Væringjar kinda needs to do the same. In particular, since his doctrine does not have any heavy tanks to call in at all, so there's not really much of an actual purpose in him not trying to take up as fast as humanly possible. There we go, finally taking out there. Spanky meanwhile remains ardently no tack. Punch was there hiding out, ready to once more ambush some poor sots and fill them with lead. Just running in there, go taking heavy damage for the punch. This Pietro falls first. Got them all joining in as well with a bit of fun. And we're upgrading some of the gun easily for the ambush camouflage. Also, I think a good long-term choice to moving in. Pumes was easily flanked. And up northeast here we got the sniper, west we got the sniper there. And Kennedy's rushing. German sniper can't do anything, he's just hanging back. Sniper pushed away, Spanky takes no chances at all, since again he doesn't know exactly where the sniper is, but of course he might have some good theories as to where the fellow might be sneaking about. Oh, where the ticket was done this, Spanky continues not to. Despite again this stage, in recent sure if you just rush a T-4476 out versus Væringjar. Machine gun switched about. He's got control of both fuel points again for a brief while, but Væringjar is very swiftly losing them as Spanky very confidently counterattacks. And there you go, to the 2 joining against the Penal Troopers here, catch them in a very unpleasant crossfire. And there you go, Penal Troopers now moving from the north, quick to attack, and we got the spawn core going up here for him. And finally we also got to take up there for Spanky going for the 10% command. I would say it's pretty late for a Soviet player. Pretty late. Trying to catch Snubber, doesn't quite work out there for him, and we got a bomb grenade off here. Quite the throw by the Panzer Grenadiers, by the way. Peels was successfully potting down on one squad. There you go, before 2, but there you go, Satchel charge off as well, and wiped it. He can recruit, but even in that, some expenses lost for Væringjar and the Feldherrn here against the 7th Mechanized Corps. Going straight for the T-70, no attempt at going for bigger armor, no T-3476s. I imagine Væringjar will just try and push for a Panzer IV as soon as possible. Which I say is definitely not a bad idea at all. It certainly punishes Spanky here for trying to push for a T-70 17 minutes into the game. I would say it's definitely a bit too late. Panzers are close, being rolled up, need to retreat. Quick so. Sniper has revealed himself, so unlike Hans, he doesn't need to linger for too long. And if he can't catch them, Sniper just begins opening up there and applying pressure there to Spanky, with by the way, not really utilized his doctrine, except again passively listening on to the radio intercept. There's been no T-35s, no IS-2s obviously, and certainly no strafing. In fact, he just can't really use the doctrine except for radio intercept. Comparatively though, I mean, we've seen ambush here from Væringjar, and that's about it. No smoke bombs, and certainly no Regal anti-tank mines, because he's got no half-tracks. T-70 attempt for the north here, pushing back the Grenadier. Panzer IV almost done for Væringjar. And Sniper, they're almost taken up by the 2-2. Very good work there for Væringjar. The Sniper lives to see another day. Does not want to get saturated again, so he just retreats. Map controller wise, things looking a bit weak here for Væringjar, though he's got the Panzer IV out. Victory points wise, he's certainly behind Insane Spanky by an increasingly notable amount. Panzer IV getting the maximum crew out here in the open, easy targets. But he's clearly worried about enemy anti-tank support, which is why he doesn't hang about for too long. So getting a kill as well. Spanky not taking up further. Certainly could be an indicator he is planning for an IS-2, though he should at least then go for a second field gun to sort of back that up. I think a single field gun plus a T-70 I think is not quite enough to cover up for a push for the for an IS-2. Grenadier sweeping westwards. Alright Fritz, I want you to keep an eye out while the rest of us secure the field point. Heinz keeps the machine gewehr ready. Jürgen, shut up. There we go, got to close to the penal troopers. Sticky satchel charge. Leaving there Væringjar's Panzer Kampfwagen 4 in a sticky situation. There you go, T7 moving in. Not entirely sure what it's hoping to achieve as the Panzer IV unit at low health. He's going for the sniper. He's going for the sniper. Got the field gun moving in. Oh, he's going to lose the sniper though. He's going to lose it. There we go. White without getting Spanky sniper and really doing enough down for the sniper. The sniper there ends up being, I think, a waste here of resources for Væringjar. Not good there for Germany. Not good. I mean, even if he gets the T-70, that's still not going to exactly make the sniper worth it, I feel.
We have lost one of our armored vehicles.
It's quite a blow there to Væringjar, since Spanky Sniper is still freely roaming about and fans about to hit Veterans E3. With 25 kills, that really does not ease Væringjar's burden here on the battlefield. I would say his only benefit right now is again in saying Spanky is very much focused on the IS-2 heavy tank, a possible case of Fuhrer syndrome. There's Væringjar with his doctoral choice is absolutely no option like that. Of course, he has to take his gut take out and found he needs to go for more medium armor. So very good work there by Væringjar, very good work. Dealing here on the maximum around the centre, victory points wise. He's slowly stabilising once more here versus Spanky. He got roughly this off, pushing back the maximum crew there. Troops being suppressed in the southeast. We got a bit of skirmish going on between Grenadiers and Engineers. We got another Panzer IV there for Væringjar and the Feldherrnhalle. We got mortar support running down there, sadly missing the mark by a couple of meters. There we go. Engineers push back.
The sector is at risk.
2-2 there versus Engineers. Panzergrenadier hiding out again. He's making good use of the ambush camouflage. Really nice there. A lot of players I feel like tend to slightly neglect the power of this ability, but it is, I think, pretty good. Pretty damn good, in fact. So really nice to see that there. Second Panzer IV done there for Væringjar. And there we go, Spanky with the IS-2. The Josef Stalin 2 tank. Should probably have the pinlock machine gun 2 as soon as possible. Of course, he might be planning to go for a Sturmwing attack at first opportunity to support the IS-2, which is certainly not a bad thing, but I'm not entirely sure it's the best course of action there for Spanky. Unit wiped, and there goes Panzer goes on the fire from the IS-2, and it's 122mm gun. 310 versus 383. IS-2 continues ahead here for Spanky for the 7th Mechanized Corps. Machine crew they caught and almost wiped out with the IS-2. A devastating hit here from the massive gun mounted on the tank. Almost wiping there with the second. We got a Panzer IV flanking the IS-2 though, leaving Spanky's heavy tank in a bit of a sticky position. Getting some good hits on the rear armour, definitely helping a ton there for Væringjar. Forcing the IS-2 to fall back a bit and easing the pressure off the front line there for him.
The enemy still has 300 points.
Really though should add that pinlock machine gun. Panzer IV damaging the engine in the IS-2, slowing things down there for Spanky. That's going to definitely force a retreat there for now for repairs. And you should actually consider another engineer squad to repair. Of course, there's self-repair as well to assist. Of course, that costs munitions as well. So we'll see what he decides is more valuable. The manpower, the munitions. Though again, he does have plenty of munitions, so he can easily afford it, and not even say hurt his potential R2's doing make attack. But for the southeast here, between German infantry trying to close in on the maximum position, field gun backing it up, but that's going to have to fall back. And there you go up north, Panzer IV dealing with the penal troopers. With no real cover, they are quite exposed. And the IS-2 there is almost good to go there again for Insane Spanky. So will he be able to deal some severe damage? There he goes, Væringjar. After encountering the IS-2, is going for Stoops up. Counter it. Very good choice, since the Panzer IVs do struggle a bit. And there's certainly also the potential that Spanky pulls for T-35 to support the IS-2 as well, in which case he's definitely going to find his Panzer IVs do not cut it. So Stoops already great choice here for the Væringjar versus Spanky and his IS-2. His Steel Colossus. Smoke in here to cut the retreat of the Panzer IV. Very nice work, very nice work. And the IS-2 is just falling back rather than commit further to a situation where it really doesn't know a lot, and of course could risk being just utterly ambushed. And there goes 2-3G out here for Væringjar. Spanky of course already knows. In the southeast, assault going through here. Lots of punitive support of a maximum. We've got counter mortify in there from Væringjar to halt it, to thwart it, but ultimately is not sufficient. Got the IS-2 setting again. Still no Pindlemat machine gun there for it. Meanwhile, Væringjar is showing absolutely no compunction about going for Pindlemat machine guns, adding them to a Stoop as well. Very good, very good. And he lost his MG team here in the center. Bad news. Very bad news there for Væringjar, particularly if Spanky actually steals it. Almost wiping the Punitive there by the Panzer IV, but sadly, one man runs. Look at me! I'm alive! I'm alive! Not if the Commissar see you. Oh, really, you know how to ruin things, don't you, Pushkin? Panzer IV versus IS-2 can lead support here. The Panzerkampfwagen here against the mighty Stalinist monstrosity that is the IS-2.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
And then the West we got air support called in here. I don't think it's the best. Call in there. You sort of look at here. The sound sort of doesn't really cover a lot. They'll probably place a bit on the actual minimap. It doesn't really cover a lot with its in here. So sort of locks down. But even then, it's not an important area, so it just feels like he wasted 180 munitions, to be honest. Like that straight from and those munitions could have been spent a lot better than that. A lot better. That might have been an itchy trigger finger there from Spanky, or a slight panic. We'll probably never know. We got the Panzer coming in. Field gun being outmaneuvered here. IS-2 also falling back due to the person of the Sturmgeschütz. Field gun landing. There you go. Smoke screen down. It was not, I would say, the best execute assault there by Væringjar, but at least he had the common sense to then, have an exit plan in the form of smoke bombs, so that way allow him to get out safely. So good work there to some extent there from Væringjar. Some extent. Though he still could have done that a lot better by actually having some support for the tanks. Maybe support they would have done wonders in helping clearing out the field gun really fast. Looking for targets, destroying them. More pioneers out there for Væringjar to repair his stuff. Very good. Comparatively, Spanky's still just in one engineer squad man. Spanky, by the way, really needs to take up. He can't, of course, just keep relying on the IS-2. He should bring up some T-35 if possible to support the IS-2, bring up more firepower and durability with which to shatter the fascists. But yes, and so finally, meanwhile, Væringjar just keeps pouring out with the tanks and the Stoogs. Very wise, I would say. Needs to be careful that he doesn't get too close to the punishers with anti-tank satchels, even blitzkrieg. That might have been a mistake. Either way, though, there we go. Field gun a bit on the Panzer IV from the front. From the north, need to fall back with the Panzer IV. There's second Panzer IV needs to fall back. He's trying to repair at the same time as he's fighting. Væringjar might be pushing his luck a bit too much there, to be honest. He might just be pushing it a bit too much. The south, Pims will challenge the Pioneers. Double Pioneer squads against units with anti-tank rifles. There's actually a chance where the Pims might be able to do a lot of damage in further particular since they're pursuing something else. So nice work there by Væringjar. IS-2 they're rolling through here. The center Stoog almost down. And pop goes the Weasel as 122 mm shell impacts on the Stoog's armor, cooking off the munitions. They could take no more. Væringjar, let's quick to replace the Stoog since he needs Stoog here to fight the IS-2. Again, 2 Panther Force unless he gets really lucky, and seeing Spanky makes a big mistake, will certainly have a hard time. Of course, also consider some extreme skill. Still, we do have takeover there for Spanky. Very good, very good. The faster he brings out support for the IS-2, the better. Second Stuk has been mobilized there for Væringjar and the Feldherrnhalle. Panzer going to be shown. Got the Grenadiers pulling force there, sprinting ahead. Fueled by hatred of the socialists. And then straight to the virtually 3 penals per score with the Maxims backing it out. There we go, full retreat there from Væringjar on the eastern front. Panzer force, they're both being fixed up. Pack 40 on the way to further support, help versus the IS-2. Spanky though is yet to go for any additional armor to support the IS-2. Though I would certainly think an T-3045 could be a pretty good choice here for Spanky, and there you go, T-3045 on the way for him. Panzer Grenadier hiding out there behind the vacancy of an old Stug. Big 2 points. Whilst he's down 180 versus 383 from Spanky, so a bit of a difference. And there you go, Pinch eventually 3 Panzer Grenadier, getting some good hits in there. And there you go, Pack 40 out there for Væringjar. As the T-55 almost approaches completion there for Spanky. Quick spin is trying to avoid the max, but it actually works out. It actually works out there for Væringjar. Very nice, very nice. And there you go, Max almost taken up by these hardened Panzer Grenadier. Here Grenadiers being repulsed by the IS-2, 10 kills, close to veterans 1. Both Panther force are good to go as well here for Væringjar. And the IS-2 continues it. He's going to attack into the base, or what is he planning on? He's risking a lot there because he doesn't know if Væringjar's been mining out. There you go, penetrating hit. Panzer 4 flank behind, they're even using Blitzkrieg. Good hit there, good hit. In this regard, punishing Spanky for extending his heavy tank with no real infantry support, anything to cover the flanks. Very good work there, very good work. Vice Væringjar, at least for now. Shots bouncing. That didn't. Lucky hit there, penetrating from the front of the IS-2 that range is really lucky for Panzer 4. Panzer 4 hits him on, IS-2 continues to fall back, though this low health, it is in fact down to less than a quarter. Stuk moving up as well here. Maximum outmaneuver to fall back, there is no save to be found. More mines going off here against Væringjar's armor as he continues the hunt for the IS-2 heavy tank. Moving ahead there aggressively, sweeping in, and there you go, continuing with the flanks using Blitzkrieg. Really good work there, really good work. Knowing how to flank heavy tanks is definitely not a bad skill to have at all. In fact, it's quite a good skill to have since a lot of players tend to neglect that. But there you go. Almost got the IS-2 here with the Panzer 4. Almost, but not quite. Shot bounced. And surprisingly, that shot missed. My God, Jürgen, have you been drinking at Schnaps again? Hit properly. Lost, looks like, both of his armor here to the T-35. In fact, though, Spanky's almost lost everything. He's down to just a couple of Maxims and a field gun now. That is crucial and critical losses he has. The T-35, though, destroys the rest of Væringjar's armor pool. But Væringjar still has quite a large force there of infantry, which makes it a bit harder for Spanky to just roll through it. Whereas, again, he's got next to nothing. Panzer 4, they're rolling back, and he's bringing up the pioneer spot. And there you go, T-54 strikes and gets Panzer 5, so it does crush poor Ludwig in the process. Successful pushback machine gun here with the Panzer 4, striking fear into the hearts of the Russians. And we got airstrafe here again. Push back the Grenadiers, causing some damage, but I'm not entirely sure that was the best place to call it in. Another Panther 4 to replace one lost there for Væringjar. Pulling up to now a number of 2 Panther 4s. Again, so good, and there you go. Shot down here by the pinbot machine on the Panzer 4. Fun fact, the pinbot machine was at least initially designed to help deal with aircraft. Of course, A lot of them did get used against ground targets as well. So, what's next here? Spanky sets out again. Fixes up his T-35 there with 4 kills. Panther 4 swinging that pin up machine voicing. Panther moving up there with the Schutzen attached to it.
We have 100 points remaining.
100 points left here for Væringjar. He definitely needs to change something here, otherwise he's going to lose. Spanky could try and stay out for another eyes, too a bit risky, but he could try. Though I'd certainly imagine more infantry and tanks being a better choice, rather than just going for one really big tank. He right now needs numbers. I think to consistently fight Væringjar, he's rather now got a much larger force than with 3 Grenadiers, 1 Panzer Grenadier squad, and numerous Panzers. I mean, Væringjar is very much enjoying the numerical advantage over Spanky, who's going for a second T-35 here. Good, good. Though I still think he needs more infantry. I do believe he needs a bunch more infantry. All he's got is an engineer sniper and a bunch of Maxims. That is definitely not sufficient infantry. Figuring they're waiting to ambush the Panther force to go for the T-35. Very good. Shot bounces, shot bounces. Another T-35 almost down there for Spanky. He's going to lose at least 1 Panther 4 there though. Mr. Væringjar. And there you go. Panther Kampf an kaputt. T-35 takes a pension hit from the Panther 4. Other one almost ready here, almost ready now, the pensioning hit here, and there you go, pension hit from the T-35, gaining veterancy too. Spanky, I think they decide, not Spanky, but Væringjar decides to break off. As I mentioned, Spanky's trying to bait into the second one. Panther's going to be listening up here for the south, trying to find extra Panther to the base and actually find one. But the machine gun bunkers don't actually cover, that's an interesting development there. Panther 4 desperate escapes. We've got the T-35 rolling ahead here through the cemetery, steamrolling anything in their way. Now the strafing running around the car one this time around. Spanky's map control is starting to look a bit bleak here versus Væringjar. Væringjar going for more Stugs. More Sturmgeschots. T-35 though continue to relentlessly pursue the Panther 4, that he really wants that Panther 4 dead. But Comrade, why? It said mean things about my mother. I'm pretty sure your mother's older than the tank. Oh, you know, you're shouting at it too. I'll report you to the comments. Oh, please, no. Panther 4 is very close to reaching the ace level, which is really good there for Væringjar. You can get it there since the increased speed and, of course, the increased rate of fire makes it really good. More engineers there for Spanky to repair his tanks. Very good. But he needs more infantry though. I really cannot emphasize how much Spanky really needs more infantry. Repairs are being enacted on the tanks. We have definitely seen much better days there. Mines hit. Panzer did taking losses. And another T-35 hit for insane Spanky for the motherland, the Rodina, the 7th Mechanized Corps. Panther 4's fixed up. Yeah, we got the Panzer fixed up again. But remember, this time around, stop getting shot at. How am I supposed to do something to a Panzer? I don't know, just stop. Another T-35 they're almost done for Spanky for the motherland. And there you go, Panther going for the Blitzkrieg again. He's actually making active use of Blitzkrieg, which is really nice to see. A lot of players just use it to only get out of the situation, but Væringjar is using it aggressively, so that's actually really nice to see. I wish more players would use it like that. I also wish it actually was more like the Oberkommand West version, which actually gives you a small boost to your rate of fire. I really wish they'd add one to the Wehrmacht. That certainly make Blitzkrieg, I think, more useful as well offensively. T-4 over there hammering away. Still no more infantry there for Spanky. He's going for more engineers that repair stuff and of course grab stuff, but he's not getting more infantry. Almost ace pen for the gun for the T-55, striking at it, punishing here Spanky for sending C-525, but then again Væringjar sending his Panzer IV, so I mean both players essentially to an extent commit the same mistake, and right now it looks like Spanky's going to get punished since he's got no other armor nearby to support, and means the Panzer IV is going to be an easy target, easy prey. Gains ace, but then dies. Gains ace and dies. Quite a nice development there for Væringjar. But he gets one of the veteran T-55 out there, and veteran T-55 is pretty good. That might just make up for it there for Væringjar. There, almost got the other T-55 over there. You go, third one joins in. Stu there is being focused down. We get air support called in. Almost got the Stu, almost got it. Shot bounces, shot bounces. T-55 down, he got both of them. There's just one left now. Both of them are veteran, but there you go. Ends up losing the Stu. Bit costed there for Spanky, still 92 victory points. His opponent at 227. Grabbing the point here, back in, nothing further there for Spanky. He's still super short in infantry, he's still struggling a bit to maintain map. So once again, Væringjar's got plenty of infantry there, and he is really short in armor. But we can see Spanky there's finally going for something. A replacement Strafniki unit to add some cohesion there to his frontline forces. And he's moving out there with a machine gun, having a little tune of shooting rations in the face with that machine gun. There we go, Max recorded with 2 light machine gun teams, and there you go, T-4 moving in as well here. 3 kills off 8 to veteran C1. And Sturmgeschütz hits the field as well.
The enemy has 75 points remaining.
75 points left here for Væringjar. Getting a bit risky for him, getting a bit risky. And these versus penal troopers. And there you go, Panzer did strike again, 25 kills, 0-1 in the maximum. Really good work there by Væringjar, good use of the sprint. So far though, he's still only used about 2 abilities. That is ambush camouflage, so he's used both the sprint and the ambush itself, and the smoke bombs. There's been no howitzers, no Stukas, and certainly no Regal anti-tank mines. Tragically so. Very tragically so. In the center, Panzer gun is fighting on them. Field gun wiped out, he could steal it, he could destroy it. You got more Stukas on the way there for Væringjar as he's starting to focus more on the potential of the Spanky, maybe pulling up another IS-2, just hitting with more medium armor. Oh, wait, no additional Panzer Force here for Væringjar for Germany. Back here, we got no sort of consideration there for more take up here for Væringjar, by the way. And there you go, another Stuttgart there for Germany. T-4 moving in, closing in about 2-1. Gun is moving ahead as the Panzer is fall back, forced to replace positions there. Overall, the Væringjar's keeping up pressure. They do feel like he's starting to focus in the centre. Though similarly, Spanky is kind of as well there. Now the players at this stage increasing, I think, trying to deal with the other but outmaneuvering instead of just trying to make this into a competition of raw power. Of course, with the losses Spanky suffered, he might feel like he can't get away with just trying to flank. Though he really should consider that instead, and instead tries to rely on the strength of, or conscious of raw strength. But again, I think that rather to an extent favours Væringjar unless he does something really bad or Spanky something really clever. But more smoke screens there to help cover up. Very nice, very nice. Oh, sadly not much of the rest of the doctrine so far. Nothing further in Væringjar's base.
We have 200 points remaining.
Push up the western side here for Væringjar. In the east we got Væringjar's men being overwhelmed by penal troopers. There we go, 2 squads back here for Spanky. I'd say much better fleshing out his force composition again. They probably should go for a counting squad or 3rd penal squad to I think fully getting going. Still, it does seem to be pushing Væringjar on the defensive again, even if he doesn't have any armor, or at least a lot of it. And we can see that it's actually forcing Væringjar to consider an Osprey to counter the infantry. An interesting choice then, interesting choice. Could work out, they could work in there going before 2 laying down fire. Stooks not upgraded. Oh, they are getting upgraded. Pin machine guns now though. Very good, so good, so good. And there you go, Maxim suppressing the Pioneers there. And we got another strafing run here from Spanky as he tried to defend the victory point at the cost to keep bleeding out Væringjar, whose Austrian flak pants has arrived. North here, units being slowly overwhelmed, need to fall back now. And is Spanky setting up for another? I see that being an interesting choice. He might be better off just going for more T-35, so even considering an H-35, that way maybe he counter the Stooks at a safer range. We should see what ends up here with Spanky though. But his forces are suddenly going to take a bit of beating, but he is nonetheless draining out Væringjar. I mean, this guy's down to 147, whereas he's still got 189. T-5 they're rolling ahead. Five kills, another smoke bomb here. Very nice, very nice. Starting to look like Spanky. Oh, he's going for another T-35 here, basically figuring he can't afford to get more S2s out, which certainly makes a lot of sense. Got the Stooks moving westwards here to deal with it. Of course, they're likely to be anti-tank and supporting, like say that stolen Pack 40. 32 points left, 31 points left. Things starting to get really close here for Væringjar. He needs to get more aggressive and a bit more daring here versus Spanky. Oh, is he going to lose then just bleed, possibly? 28 points left. Max and White though. Another T-55 ready here for Spanky. Another T-55 ready here for the motherland. Defending the southeastern one, grabbing the center one here. We got 24 points left here for Væringjar. This is starting to look pretty dicey, pretty close and pretty tricky. Got the switch open now, taking hit here from the Pack 40, still getting some damage in with the machine and Gewehren. Ace Panzer there supporting with 28 kills in the southeast. We got the Osprey being swamped here, but the T-55 supported by Penal Troopers. Really nice push there by Spanky. That's going to force heat Væringjar to leave the center open, maybe to another armored push. Unit wiped. In fact, there's a Penal Trooper squad. He might lose the T-55 if not careful. Now we got the Stooks and the Pack 40 opening up here. Close, but not quite there. We get a bomb drop. Did I miss them actually? And I did. I did. Stoops are hunting down the T-45 rapidly and violently. Quickly turning the corner to hide inside the base. Very good. He continues with the Stooks though, but looks like he decides to wait, partly due to the damage on the Stooks, I imagine, but also the possibility that Spanky has mined this spot. I mean, if he hits that with a Stoog, that could be really bad news for the Stoog. Possibly Væringjar, who can't really afford to lose any units with only 23 points left. I mean, one mistake here now could very well cost Væringjar the match easily. Similarly, though, if Spanky's not careful, throwing it away, and he's to an extent already in a tight spot, possibly having gone a bit overconfident versus Væringjar. Which of course is where Væringjar then took advantage and hit Spanky back. Additional Pioneers, still not considering a further attack up. He is quite happy with his tier 3. which is certainly not a bad thing. T-Flaps into the pack forwards, and the Stoogs. A heavy anti-tank fusillade deals a lot of damage there to the T-45. In the southeast, we've got Pumas moving against the Pioneers. We've got the Flak Panther to the rescue. And go, forcing retreat. Nice shooting, France. Thank you, thank you. Once he gets the hang of it, it's not too difficult. Stooks running back, more smoke there from Væringjar. He's quite fond of using the smoke bombs ability. Certainly rarely seen. And we got another Panzer IV here on the way for Væringjar for the Feldherrnhalle Panzergrenadier Division. T-Flaps are being fixed up. More no, he's actually going for conquest in the first place here. I wouldn't say more because he's pretty much only been relying on penal troopers, but there's a chance there. He's down 143. Væringjar's control over victory points. He's also got a much larger force. Spanky's behind, and we got smoke bombs. The way he's using it makes me think that he's using it for reconnaissance as well. There we go, flanking the maximum crew here, hitting the victory point. Down to 23 versus 126. Down here, Panzers versus penal troopers. They should have that rather handled easily. Help! We're being met by withering fire from the fascists. Please, help! Grenadiers finding out with the countries there by the carve point. Væringjar's getting certainly a lot bolder, though he's still trying his best to defend the victory point, so he doesn't make any mistakes in that regard. But even then, I think he's realised he's got a larger force now than Spanky. Of course, he's not going to try and throw it away, but what he will try to do is actually force Spanky to have direct defence and make him harder for them to push for the victory points, ensuring that he stays safe that way. But he still does not overextend, I think, his forces, at least not so far in the process. Minimising the risk, of course, of making a mistake and then getting, losing the game because of that. So in this regard, I think this stow and slate approach to an extent there that Væringjar's chosen, I think is good. Of course, it's not fully slow and steady. There's some aggression, but importantly, it's to just slow down the pace of the match, essentially. My apologies, they're getting a bit thirsty. It's quite humid here, quite unpleasant in that sense. T-Flaps moving in aggressively for the motherland. Actually close to one, getting virtually two there. 76 versus 23. The fallout from some of Spanky's decision is certainly getting very clear here. We got the Flak Panther. They're still at 5 kills, but veterans who won 6 kills. Panther time to get away there. And we got another strafing run here from Spanky. T-Flaps coming from the north here. Need the Stoogs up here, need the Stoogs. The Sturmgeschütz. 62 points left here for Spanky. 61. Oh dear. Panther 4 almost taking up the pack forward. We got the Stoogs community support here as well. No, that's just the pack forward. The Stoogs, in fact, are elsewhere. Flak Panther wrecked. Now the Panther on the way there for Væringjar. Oh, what happened there? Just weird. Wrecking the pack 40. Væringjar needs it no more. He's got Stoogs. Who needs packs when you got Stoogs? These are 30 kills, opening up on the advancing Marxists. 41 points left versus Væringjar's 23. And there you go, Panzers rushing ahead. Charging forwards for the fatherland. Straight into machine gun and getting suppressed. That did not work out well for them. 26 points left. 24 points left. T-Flaps moving ahead here, halfway to Vet 23. But I fear at this stage, it's not quite cutting it here for Spanky's down to 16. Væringjar still remains control a lot of the map, and he's got most of the armor here. 2 Panthers horse and 2 Stooks remains a very potent armored force here that can deal with a wide variety of threats, to be honest. 10 points left, 8 points left. The eastern one here is actually open, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. 6 points left. 4 points left. 2 points left. Yep, it's not going to matter. Stoops then gain the T-35 pack 40 supporting. 1 point left, and that's going to be it. GG, game over. A loss here for Spanky. A close fight in many regards, but I do feel like Spanky just had some issues there with the force composition. Again, lacking a lot of infantry at times, really made it hard for him to hold the map. A definite lack of mines, I think, also did not benefit him. Made it much easier for Væringjar to get back on the field. Plus, the T-35, or the IS-2 move was interesting, I suppose, in some ways, but lack, I think, sufficient support to really get it going. Plus, he extended it constantly. I think he was putting too much weight on the IS-2 as sort of a unit that can find its own compared to being part of a larger force, and I think had he supported it better, the IS-2 would have lived longer, maybe do more damage to Væringjar. Instead, he just sort of kept pushing it beyond its limits, and that just made it much easier for Væringjar to deal with. Isolate in particular, Væringjar actually made really good use of Panther's force to counter it, constantly looking to flank the IS-2, but basically using blitzkrieg to that way out maneuvers. There's some really good counter tactics there, I think, from Væringjar. Overall, an interesting fight there from both players, with a rare usage here of Storm Doctrine. So I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment, and if you like what I do, you can support by Patreon or PayPal. A link's in the video description. This is Imperial Dane signing off, and see you all tomorrow for another signing episode.